Investigators think this condo fire may have started long before anyone noticed. The flames destroyed several buildings, the Glen Oaks condos in Centennial this afternoon.
Firefighters say everybody made it out okay. First responders ran inside the burning buildings to make sure nobody was left behind.
Our Cole Sullivan learned they were not the only ones going in to help.
Think about this fire in terms of numbers. 2 alarms, which means 70 to 80 first responders here on scene. Tens of thousands of gallons of water used to put it out. 10 units destroyed, and luckily, 0 injuries. One reason why no one got hurt is Betsy Latham.
You know, you just react, don't think, you just do it.
The retired school teacher saw smoke on her way to pick up the mail.
I was like, oh, it's just a little fire.
She wheeled door to door, warning her neighbors to get out.
Fire, fire. And then if I saw them, I said, come on out, there's a fire.
Video shows what happened next. The roof collapsed in as dozens of firefighters tried to put out the flames. But if the fire didn't destroy people's condos, the water did.
Look at that window.
Including in the middle of our interview with Phil Gomez.
Wow.
If it's strong enough to break glass, it's strong enough to penetrate through drywall. And typically when that's being used, it's because we have fire that's hidden in a space that we're not able to get to.
South Metro Fire says the flames spread through the attics from unit to unit, and it may have started long before anyone noticed.
The amount of 911 callers that called us and the volume of smoke that our firefighters observed from a couple miles away leads us to believe that maybe this fire had been burning undetected for a while in the attic space.
Undetected until Betsy went for her mail.
I didn't think about me at all. I just wanted everybody to get out and get their pets out.
It could take weeks before fire investigators know what caused this fire. In the meantime, the Red Cross is here to help the families who don't have anywhere to sleep tonight. In Centennial, Cole Sullivan, 9 News.
We are officially in the most active thunderstorm season in 18 years.
Oh.
And we're not done yet. Live look outside tonight, kind of calm, but it's going to be a soggy weekend.
Well, congratulations on that milestone to all of us, Danielle. I mean, I get
round of applause.
We know the afternoon storm cycle, right? Like that's the time of year, but this weekend's going to soak us good.
Yeah, we're going to see the rain in the morning, the afternoon, the evening again, both Saturday and Sunday. I know a lot of folks are saying, well, what about my graduation party? What about the wedding outdoors? It's going to be a wet weekend for sure. We will have some breaks in the day, but overall, it's just going to be a cloudy, gray kind of afternoon and evening. You'll notice downtown Denver, well, we have a couple of storms out there. I was watching on a few of our cameras, actually looking at a little bit of lightning. Most of the action has been across the northeastern plains this afternoon, but some more of that moisture is rolling off of Monument Hill, heading toward Castle Rock and Douglas County. And then look at this one little cell just on the west side of town in Denver. It's just been sitting there over the course of about past 30 minutes time, putting off some lightning strikes and of course some heavy downpours. As we go overnight into tomorrow, again, a brief break, and then 8 a.m. it is soggy when you wake up, and that's pretty much the way we stay. There it is, 3-4 o'clock. You might get a brief break here in the city. Again, the weekend looking pretty wet, but I do have a dry day coming up in my 7-day forecast. A little sunshine and a little heat. It's on the way, but how long do we have to wait? I have the answers coming up.
A driver is facing charges after a teen died while car surfing when someone rides on the outside of a moving vehicle. Deputies in Douglas County warned about car surfing just earlier this week. They've received 6 calls since mid-April about people car surfing, mostly teens. Deputies say a 16-year-old died in one of those calls after a crash in Lone Tree 3 weeks ago. Another teenager was seriously hurt. The driver is facing 3 charges, including vehicular homicide involving reckless driving. The driver is under 18, so we're not identifying him.
We have new information tonight in the case of the 5-year-old child found dead in Aurora. These new details are graphic. 5-year-old Mahalie Hobbs was reported missing earlier this week. Police say they strongly believe that the remains of a child found at a complex in Aurora are hers. Mahalie's mother, 27-year-old Alexis Nelson, is currently in jail. She's facing 4 charges, including child abuse resulting in death and tampering with the body. When police went to ask Nelson where her daughter was, she claimed that she had put her daughter up for adoption. Police didn't find any adoption records for the 5-year-old, and they searched the apartment. They eventually found a bag that they said contained charred human remains in a utility closet on the balcony. Investigators say they also found bone fragments in the fireplace. A coroner conducted an autopsy on the remains. Could take weeks to identify them.
The former Aurora police officer who stood by while Fellow officer pistol whipped a suspect won't be going to jail. Today, Francine Martinez was sentenced to 6 months of house arrest. In July 2021, body camera video caught former officer John Hobart repeatedly pistol whipping and choking Kyle Vincent. He was suspected of trespassing. The video showed Hobart pointing a gun at Vincent's head. Now, his partner, Martinez, was never seen intervening. Martinez was later fired. 6 weeks ago, a jury convicted her of failing to intervene. The 6 months of house arrest was the minimum she faced. She faced up to 18 months in jail.
This is a very strong reminder of the core duty that all law enforcement officers have, and they had ever since the first day that they chose this profession to protect and serve. And those who decide in instances like this that they're not going to fulfill that duty, they're going to face consequences. I believe.
John Hobart, the other officer involved in Kyle Vincent's arrest, resigned from the Aurora Police Department. He's now facing assault charges related to the case. His trial is scheduled to begin in November.
Ghost guns are now banned in Colorado. Today, Democratic Governor Jared Polis signed a bill banning guns that are assembled at home or 3D printed without serial numbers. The Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives reports that the use of ghost guns in crimes has gone up 1,000% since 2017. 11 other states have already banned them. This law joins 4 other new gun control measures the governor signed in April. He expanded the state's red flag law, raised the minimum age to buy a gun from 18 to 21, created a 3-day waiting period to buy a gun, and is allowing victims of gun violence to sue gun dealers and manufacturers.
After 6 weeks of planning and going door to door, a group of Denver moms are ready to see their hard work come to fruition on Monday. The group Here for the Kids boasts 25,000 moms from near and far will descend on the Capitol to demand Governor Polis sign their executive order banning guns. We were there as the first out-of-towners came to Denver.
She's here! Yay, hugs!
I came in today from Columbus, Ohio.
Nice job.
And me from San Francisco yesterday.
Hey, how are you? Other than really tired.
Hugs 6 weeks in the making.
We are surrounding each other by the most tender, toughest, strongest bonds of love that I've ever felt. And I'm only just meeting these people in person.
There's a lot of love in this room, but these women are about action.
The stakes are so high. So many kids we have to protect. And I wake up in the morning and that's pretty much the first thought in my head is, we have to do this. Somebody has to do this.
Kay Coughlin and Karen Fleshman are 2 of the estimated hundreds of women who will arrive at DIA from across the country over the weekend to answer Here for the Kids call.
We are confident in getting tens of thousands.
While organizers are tight-lipped on specific numbers, they believe they'll meet their goal of 25,000 moms stretched across the Capitol lawn on June 5th, demanding Governor Polis ban guns in the state.
And I don't know what kind of disruption that will cause, but you know, we do a lot of things for our kids. So we're going to do this, like disruption or no disruption, like that's what's going to happen.
The sit-in is expected to grow throughout the morning, but remain quiet. No podium, no speakers, just still moments of shared mourning and reflection until Polis signs their executive order. What does this look like? Should Governor Polis just say, shoo, thank you for your efforts, but this isn't happening?
I don't think that's possible, actually, because the amount of people power behind this, the sheer number of people who are coming, I think it would overwhelm their ability to arrest us and get us out of there.
Unlikely warriors planted for 15 hours on Monday. And many say if Polis says no, they'll be back the day after and the day after that.
We're at war in the United States against the Second Amendment.
And on June 5th, Denver's Capitol will be their battlefield.
This is going to be one for the history books. People will talk about this they will write about it. So like, you are blessed to have this in your city and to see this unfold in front of you. Please join us, like be there with us. It's going to take all of us.
We've reached out to the governor's office, and while he says he supports the right to protest peacefully, he does not believe this action would be constitutional. We'll have a crew there to capture whatever could unfold on Monday.
Casa Bonita is our neighbor. We're in the shadows of the Great Pink Palace.
Life in the shadows these days is actually pretty sweet. It's a real boost to this brewery's business.
People are buying up these Trump bucks, thinking they have real value. An NBC investigation reveals the fake money is passing through this warehouse in Aurora.
I'm in the locker room every night, just going around and giving them fist bumps.
He's their friend. He's a longtime Nuggets team member with a unique role.